Good evening everybody and welcome to our information event for our Modern Methods of Construction Academy with Dudley College of Technology. Hope you're all well out there and hope you're all enjoying the summer such as it is with these strange times. So we've got a short information event for you this evening. Obviously hope, you know, if things all being well, we would have all been in college tonight meeting each other face to face. But obviously due to the situation with COVID-19, we are hosting this event information remotely using Microsoft Teams. What I will say is that if your internet does drop out tonight, please do not worry. You'll be able to rejoin the event following the link that you follow to get here. This feed is also being recorded, so if your internet does drop out or you have to go off anywhere, don't worry. In about 24 hours, this feed will be live on the Dudley College website, so you'll be able to watch back and catch up anything that you missed. On your screen, you should have a Q&A function. It looks a little bit like a post-it note with a question mark on it. If you want to ask any specific questions to any of the panel, please feel free to type in there. Those questions will come through anonymously to myself and the panel. So if your question is quite specific, please do put your name on just so that we know who it is that we're going to be answering. I'm going to introduce you now to the panel. You're going to hear from a number of my colleagues this evening. So the first person we've got on our panel is a gentleman called John Lockley. John is our Curriculum Manager for Construction Digital Technologies. We've also got Claire Harper. Claire is our Employment Officer and Academy Coordinator. We've got Jessica Davies, who is our Business Development Manager. We've got Gil, who is a lecturer in construction, Sat, who is a lecturer in building technology, Mandy, who is a trainer assessor, and myself, Emily, I'm the Apprenticeship Hub Manager. I'm also the live host, and we have had apologies from Nigel as well, who sadly can't join us this evening. So I hope you find this session useful, and I hope that it answers any questions that you've got. And I say just to remind you that you can always ask any questions that you need via the Q&A, and we'll have a little bit of time to cover some questions towards the end of the event. So what I'm going to do now is pass you over to my colleague Jessica, and she's just going to tell you a little bit about the Academy and where it comes from.
Hello, thank you. So the Construction Technical Academy was developed off the back of the success of our Engineering Academy in August 2019. As a college, it's our intention that we deliver meaningful engagement and we give all learners the opportunity to gain skills, knowledge and opportunities through our provision. So the Academy has been designed with the intention for learners to access it who are considering a career in modern methods of construction. Specifically, we're looking to debunk any myths. So often you'll hear buzzwords bandied around. Maybe you don't know what it means to be a civil engineer. Maybe you've heard the term quantity surveyor, but nobody's really explained to you what that person does on a day-to-day basis. So we're going to be looking to let you know what those jobs means and how you can potentially get into those fields. In line with that, it's also going to be an opportunity for learners to gain basic understanding of modern methods of construction and the principles attached to it, so that if you are in a job situation, you can be informed and you can use that new acquired knowledge to help you get the opportunity. And finally, we're looking for the Academy to be an opportunity for any learners looking to take the next steps, whether that's going to be onto our level 2 or level 3 full-time course, or with the knowledge that you acquire through the Academy, securing a position onto one of our apprenticeships. I'd now like to hand over to my colleague John Lockley, and he's going to talk a little bit about our college facilities and what we've got to offer you.
Hello and good evening. The college actually, the campus you will be working out of is the Advanced 2 campus. It's a 5-storey building, which is actually a smart building. It actually thinks for itself and sets its own temperatures on a daily basis, even though we have no heating and air conditioning within the building, because it was built on the principles of modern methods of construction. So that's a little bit about the actual structure of the building. Inside the building, we have state-of-the-art facilities, industrial size machines that are used for fabrication and welding and other parts of structural steel elements of the building of the building. And also we have the latest technology within the building and software packages, which you'll hear a little bit more of from the guys later. But for the building, we have latest equipment where we have the augmented reality through HoloLens facilities, so we can actually put holographic images around the building for you to see different elements of the building through the walls, etc. And also virtual reality through Oculus Rift glasses that you can see the actual virtual realities within the drawings that have come to life. So as you can see in the 4 pictures, there you've got in the top left hand side a 3D image of a structural steel of a building, and then on the right hand side at the top, that is a virtual reality setup that's controlled either by a keyboard or a games controller. And down below you've got a picture of some of the stations within one of the classrooms, and also a close-up of the 2 screen facilities that you'll be using within your course over the next few weeks. Then from there, obviously, we have other curriculum within the building, such as electrical installation and air conditioning, that we teach as well. So you can aspire to go any direction you choose from the Advanced 2 building within the construction technical environment. So we hope that then we'll be able to entice you into our curriculum by showing you our modern methods of construction hangar, which you can see behind me, and you probably saw behind the Prime Minister yesterday if you was watching the TV. And that has a 2-storey, 3-bedroom modular constructed house within it that over the last 18 months students as well as the company who own the house have been building in collaboration. So that's just something around what we've got within our building. So hopefully we'll be able to entice you to have a look at that. Now I'm going to pass you on to the Sat one, who will talk about one of the particular elements of your course. Thank you, Sat one.
Yep. Thank you, John. Welcome everybody. Hello to you all. Yes, one of the things that we're delivering at the college is computer-aided design. We use the latest version of AutoCAD. It's something that we encourage students to use at all levels. So if you're on a level 2 program or working up towards a level 3, it's a skill that we encourage you to have, and it's very, very useful, obviously, from when you go out and work in industry, because everything you'll be reading drawings, not in the traditional sense, but you'll be certainly reading drawings which have been created using AutoCAD. So yeah, we actually deliver the program, and it's going to be embedded, obviously, within this short course that you'll be undertaking as well. So I'll be doing an introduction as to how to use AutoCAD, and hopefully that will give you a little bit of an appreciation. But I'll talk about what it means. Well, AutoCAD is basically a replacement for drawing boards. So you might recall, once upon a time, everything was done manually. Everything was done on a drawing board using set squares, T-squares. Well, all that's gone out of the window now, and it's been replaced by electronic means. And what AutoCAD is, it's basically an electronic drawing board. So, for example, you'll be reading plans of buildings. So to create a 2-dimensional drawing of a plan, you'll be manipulating things like lines. You'll be drawing lines, circles, ellipses, various different shapes. On this computer screen, you'll be able to edit the lines. So the editing commands are very, very sophisticated using AutoCAD. So you can actually you can erase, you can duplicate lines, you can set an array for a line, you can do intersections, you can snap on lines, you can shorten them, expand them, contract them, etc. So all these skills enable you to create quite sophisticated drawings, and the whole idea of it is to create plans of buildings and elevations of buildings, 2-dimensional drawings that you can use to communicate your design ideas. There's also a 3-dimensional function in CAD as well. So you can take a 2-dimensional drawing and you can actually create a 3-dimensional model, and that's very, very useful. But again, it's very, very limited in what you can do. But the two-dimensional presentations are very impressive once you've actually got a full-blown two-dimensional drawing. So what you can do is you can actually create multiple layers on drawings as well. So you can have dimensions, you can have hatching information to represent the different types of qualities of materials, etc. You can actually create very, very sophisticated drawings using AutoCAD, and that will be one of the skills. We'll be introducing you to the way AutoCAD works, but it will be one of the skills that you'll acquire by doing the course full time. And then obviously that will lead on to more sophisticated versions of the technology. You can use building information modeling, which is a little bit more sophisticated and a little bit more advanced. But I won't dwell on that too much because my colleague Gil is an expert, and he'll elaborate on that in more detail. But whatever happens, this short course will give you a little bit of an introduction into what AutoCAD means, and you'll, by the end of even a few days, you'll have a very good appreciation of how to manipulate the basic functions, the basic commands, and produce, you know, some really, really impressive drawings. I'll hand you over now to Gil, who will elaborate on what's meant by building information modeling.
Hello, Satwan. Thank you very much, and welcome everybody. Yes, so as Satwan alluded to, part of the course you'll be looking at what it means to have BIM, and BIM is a strategy or a plan that the construction industry follows in order to produce successful projects and buildings for their client. And BIM came about. It's a British invention, but it's gone global now because it works. It's a strategy and a plan that works, and it's been adopted all around the world. And the construction industry is a global industry, but anywhere in the world you will see that the European and the British methods are used widely, as we were sort of pioneers with some of the regulations and different things like that. So it's a very rewarding and valuable industry to get involved with, as ultimately we're building buildings for people to live in and work in, and so it's those buildings need to be considered in terms of being healthy and warm and comfortable for the occupants, and that's partly what we do when we examine BIM. We use strategies to implement and design buildings, because they say that up to 80% of our life is spent indoors in some building or another. So it's very important there that the buildings are healthy for the occupants. So I'll be talking to you, and we'll be examining what BIM is, and there's various levels of BIM. There's 2-dimensional, 3-dimensional, 4-dimensional, which is adding time elements and simulations, and then the 5th dimension is adding costs into the design and the time scales, so we can get accurate costs of projects for our clients. And we'll be looking at, you know, as my colleague there alluded to earlier, some of the job roles and job descriptions that you can get involved with in the construction industry, such as quantity surveying, site management, architecture, civil engineering, structural engineering, building control officers, site surveyors, health and safety managers, and there's a whole range of different career options in the construction industry that you can consider and are very rewarding and very exciting. So we'll cover that in the short program, and give you an overview of of everything really that we can really in the 2 days to sort of make it really valuable and rewarding. So look forward to seeing you, and I'm going to hand you over to my colleague Mandy, who is going to tell you about the employability aspect of the course. Thank you.
Hello everybody and welcome to Dudley College. My role on this programme is to cover the employability skills and to enable you to cover 3 specific units to gain a level 1 employability award, which is recognised by City and Guilds, and this will give you a certificate and some insight into what to expect and prepare for when going for interviews and searching for jobs. We'll be looking at preparing and attending an interview, looking at things that you should consider, such as giving yourself enough time, how you're going to travel there, what sorts of common questions you might be asked during an interview, and the different types of interviews that you might be asked to attend. We will then look at the 3 specific units, which will cover the Employability Award. And the first one will be your planning for progression. So that will incorporate things like your CV, your letter writing when applying for jobs, such as cover letters. It will also help you to look at your aspirations, what your expectations are from doing this course with us, and then your next steps. And that might be hopefully with us, our college, onto a higher level course. Or it might be getting an apprenticeship somewhere with us. The second unit that we'd look at is looking at effective communication. How do we communicate? Now that will be your letter.
I think we might have had some technical issues there. Hopefully Mandy will rejoin us shortly. What we will do, just in case Mandy doesn't get back to us, we'll just go on to Claire, if that's okay, Claire.
Can you still hear me? Sorry.
Oh, Mandy's back with us. No problem. Carry on, Mandy.
Right. Sorry, everyone.
Not a problem.
So we're on effective communications. So body language, tone and pace of voice. So we'd be asking you maybe to prepare a little piece about a topic of your choice. And what we're trying to do is get you to gel as a group and get used to talking to people that you don't know. And the last unit that we look at is your skills and qualities. You know, as you as a person, you know, what skills do you already have? And what qualities as a person that you could bring to a team working environment or to a specific job that you've got an interest in. We also look at what you might need to improve and how you'll achieve that. You know, what do you need to do to get to your end goal? So it's looking at target settings and addressing some weaknesses that you might have and making yourself aware of how you can change them into positives. And the last little bit that we just incorporate in our 2 days is we do a little bit of equality and diversity, and we'll incorporate some fun things like some icebreakers just to get that group gelling together. And that's the 2 days that you'll do with myself and my colleague Daryl. So thank you for listening, and I'm going to pass you back to, I'm going to pass you to Claire.
Hello everyone, thanks for joining us this evening. I'm Claire Harper, an Employment Officer at Dudley College. Following Mandy's slide, I will provide you with an employability booklet to work through with support from me. This will assist you with guiding you on your career journey and how to get there. In my role as an Employment Officer, I have lots of feedback from employers with regards to actual interviews held, and can use these as examples to assist you, and as Mandy has said, to assist you with hints and tips ahead of interview, how to conduct yourself at the interview and do's and don'ts, and how to answer questions that you'll be asked to interview positively. During your time at the Academy, I will also be working with my colleague Jessica, who's on the panel this evening, and with active employers to get you placed with an employer within this sector upon completion of the academy. Following this, to give you more information about what we do at the college to support apprentices, myself and other employment officers in the hub offer a dedicated apprenticeship recruitment service, registering all candidates who want to start their career via an apprenticeship or looking for a career change and believe an apprenticeship is the best platform for this to happen. We also discuss vacancy opportunities with candidates that are registered, promoting you to employers and assisting with interview arrangements and successful placement of the candidate. We're based in the Employment Hub at Broadway campus. I'd now like to pass you on to my colleague Jessica.
Thanks, Claire. So I'm going to be talking about progression opportunities after the academy. The progression opportunities after completing the academy are varied. So if you are successful in securing an apprenticeship, this will largely be based on the job role that you manage to gain within a company. So one of my main jobs as a business manager is to work with companies to identify any recruitment opportunities or training needs they may have, and then to work closely with my colleagues that are already on the call to identify and match those opportunities up with apprenticeships that the college delivers. So we deliver a wide variety of level 3 opportunities, and I'm just going to run through a few of them now. So we've got the surveying technician level 3 apprenticeship, a fire emergency and security systems technician apprenticeship, a very popular digital engineering technician apprenticeship, a geospatial surveyor technician, a network cabling installer apprenticeship, a refrigeration heat pump engineer apprenticeship, building services design technician apprentice, and finally a project controls technician. So one of the main things I mentioned before is, whilst those all sound like relatively jazzy titles, it will be really good to know the substance behind those qualifications. So that's something that all of us are here today to support. For any learners that don't secure an apprenticeship opportunity after completing the academy, we do have 2 pathways of full-time options that we'd like to support you with. So we've got a level 2 design engineer construct course, a 1-year programme that will help you get to grips with some of the basic methods of construction and really prepare you for a level 3 course. And we've also got the level 3 construction in the built environment qualification. So that's a 2-year full-time programme that the college offers that will also give you those opportunities to gain the underpinning knowledge to make you successful. What I would say, and what we're looking always to debunk, is what happens if you start one of our full-time courses and then you find an apprenticeship opportunity once you're on the course. So the good news is, if you ever come to Claire or myself or anybody else in the Employment Hub and you say, Jessica, I've got a job, what are the next steps? Then that's where I'd engage the company. And if you're on one of our full-time courses and it maps across to the apprenticeship you've got, we just look to transfer you. So it's not one of those instances, if you don't secure an apprenticeship at the end of August, then all bets are off. We really are looking to support you across the duration. And then perhaps the most exciting part of that pyramid, just at the top, are our higher apprenticeships and our level 6 opportunities that we will be offering. So I don't know whether you saw on the news yesterday, but Boris did spend some time talking about our Institute of Technology. So we will be offering higher level apprenticeships, so the first year of degree all the way up to degree apprenticeships from our Institute of Technology. So for any learners who complete a level 3 programme and are looking to progress onto a higher level apprenticeship, we'll soon have a state-of-the-art building down in Dudley that you can come and access your provision from. Next slide, please, Emily. Thank you. So obviously gaining an apprenticeship is an amazing opportunity, and we just want to let you know the types of companies the college works with. So we work with a wide variety of local councils in the region, and a few of them are named on the slide. We're delivering both level 3 and level 4 apprenticeships, specifically a quantity surveying apprenticeship, and then also the level 4 construction management and construction management site supervisor apprenticeship. because the college has such a strong reputation and we have held our Ofsted Outstanding since 2017, we are able to attract big name companies that would like to send their apprentices to us, and where we're in a position to place apprentices. So we've got Nuttall's on that list and also John Sisk. Both companies have got learners on level 4 programs at the college at the moment. And then finally, we've also got a partnership program with CADCO. So for our level 3 digital engineering technician apprenticeship, we work with a partnership company called CADCO, and we've currently got learners following that program that are at big name construction companies such as Morgan Sindall and Kier. So the size of the college and the strength of its reputation does mean that we can engage employers from, you know, companies that have got as little as 10 people in, all the way up to companies that have got tens of thousands of people. So if you do make the decision to work with us, and we are the college that progresses you on your apprenticeship, we are working at any given time with lots of companies that can provide you with opportunities. I'd now like to pass on to my colleague John, who's going to talk you through the health and safety measures that the college has put in place in light of the current climate.
Yeah, hello again. Yeah, the COVID crisis and the protocols for health and safety. The college has actually been open. The building, the Advanced 2 campus building, has actually been open for 2 weeks, adhering to these protocols for end of year technical assessments. But I'll just run through some of the more important areas of the protocols. So at the end of every day and every morning, cleaners come in and deep clean the entire building. So it's done daily. And during the day, 4 times on a rota, the cleaning team will come round and clear and clean handrails, doorknobs, etc., as part of their protocols to keep the virus at bay. We also have a situation where on arrival at the building, everyone must sanitize their hands before they lead into the building, following the one-way system. There's a lot of arrows on the floor that you have to adhere to, and you will climb the stairs in the first staircase and move to the different levels of building where your classrooms are, and then descend via a second staircase. So it's a one-way system in and out of the building, where we'll have no crossover of pathways. Now, when I talk about the issues around it, toilet usage is obviously single person, even though there is multiple facilities on many floors, but it's only allowing one person in at any one time. The idea of where you'll be within your classrooms, they are small class sizes. Some of the elements of the course we may do in blended learning by letting you do things at home where we can, but the small class sizes will be a maximum of 6 students to 1 tutor, and that will be your teaching bubble. You will literally live together for the day you're there, or for the 2 days you're allocated to that tutor. You'll be totally together. Any breaching of a teaching bubble, I'm afraid, will cancel the day's sessions. So if somebody leaves the area, leaves the college building for any reason whatsoever, and if you like, contaminates the bubble or bursts the bubble, that day's sessions will be cancelled, and therefore the area will be deep cleaned and whatever before you can come back in the next day. So the protocols are quite strict, but they do work, and they do work very well. Some of the sessions that we have going, some will be you will be able to go outside and probably do some little practical exercises. That's no problem, because the teaching bubble will be the tutor and the learning class, and nobody else will be within the vicinity of you when you're doing those. We are adhering to the 2 metre rule. We have no option at the moment. We are still mandatory working to the 2 metre rule, so 2 metre distances will be in place. We don't have to wear face masks or gloves, but if anybody feels that they want to, they will be supplied free of charge. and also any equipment that's used during the crisis. There is a bucket of sterilised wipes in every classroom, so if you use a piece of equipment, whether it's a computer, a keyboard, and it can be wiped down, or you can wipe it down regularly just for yourself, that is not an issue at all within the college. So hopefully we will be able to keep you safe from the COVID virus while you're with us. If you have any questions later, I can always answer those as well. But now I will pass you back to Claire. Thank you.
Thanks, John. So just to clarify the slide with regard to inclusion support, just to make you aware, at Dudley College there are no barriers for people with disabilities or learning difficulties. If anyone requires additional support or assistance, my colleague Tammy Haycock can provide relevant support and guidance. She can also provide social and emotional support as well. If you would like to speak with Tammy either before or during the Academy weeks, please contact Tammy directly as per contact details on the slide. Alternatively, if you would like to have a conversation with Tammy, if you can email me, I will pass her details across to you. Thanks, Emily. So just to make you aware, as the slide says there, the start date for the Academy is the 17th of August, and it will run for 2 weeks in its entirety. It will take place in the Advanced 2 building on the Priory Road in Dudley Town Centre, and you will be attending 8:45 AM to 4 PM daily, with 45 minutes for lunch. So I will send you an application form in the next few days for you to complete. If you can return that to me as soon as possible. So just a bit more information for you. Obviously, we are aware that your GCSE results will fall into one of these days, and discussions will be held with the relevant lecturers that you're currently working with at that time to allow you time to go and collect your results. As John has already mentioned with regard to the coronavirus and the steps the college has taken, due to the current circumstance, lunch and other refreshment facilities will not be provided. Therefore, please bring any lunch or additional refreshments with you each day. If you've got any questions, please post them now, or if there's anything you think of after this event, please email me directly and I will be able to assist with answers for you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Claire. So I hope you found that really useful. What we're going to do now is have a look at the Q&A and see what we've had through in terms of questions from everybody watching. So bear with me 1 second. So we've had one question here that I know Jessica will be able to answer this one, and this is someone who's obviously thinking ahead of the end of the academy, and they're just asking, what is the hourly rate for an apprentice?
So the current rate for an apprentice as of April of this year is £4.15 an hour. When I have a conversation with your potential employer, I'll be looking to make sure that they can guarantee you a certain amount of hours across the duration of your apprenticeship, but they're in a position to support that wage, and obviously that they've got all of the relevant health and safety to keep you and them safe during the apprenticeship.
Fantastic, thank you, Jessica. And so we've got a question here that I'm going to put to Claire. And Claire, this is a question that someone's asked around what facilities and what is available for students either on an apprenticeship or a full-time course. So if you just cover the kind of facilities and extracurricular facilities that we have for students.
Yeah, of course. We have a dedicated team for counselling who will be able to provide you with any support requirements that you need. We also offer career guidance as well. We have a dedicated safeguarding team. We also, as already mentioned in the slide, we offer inclusion support as well for any learners with disabilities or require extra learning support. And we also have a student union as well. So all of those departments, as I say, are available to you for you to go and speak with at any time. And more information will be made available to you as part of your induction.
Fantastic, thank you, Claire. And I think we've got time for one more question. I don't know if one of my colleagues can take this question. This is just a question around maths and English GCSEs. Just someone asking, obviously, with things as the way they are at the moment, what support can we offer anyone who maybe doesn't get their C in maths and English, but that might want to go on to an apprenticeship or a full-time course in the end?
Yeah, shall I take that one?
Yep, go for it, John.
Okay, so the GCSEs and functional skills English and maths are available through the college. Entry requirements for level 3 courses within the construction technical curriculum is a grade 4 or above in English and maths. However, if you have not got that attainment level when you arrive, we will upskill you with English and maths as part of the Design Engineer Construct course, which is the level 2 program, to achieve that level of English and maths so you can move on within your career. Level 2 English and maths is the attainment level. Once you've achieved that, you don't need to achieve any higher level to go on to a degree level apprenticeship. So once it's done for level 3s, it's acceptable then for level 4 apprenticeships and level 4 courses, and also degree apprenticeship courses. Okay.
Fantastic, fantastic. So I hope everyone, that kind of brings us to the end of this evening's information event. I hope you all found that really useful. I'm sure you'd all agree that modern methods of construction is a really exciting prospect, and we are very much on the cutting edge of that. So if you do decide to be part of our 2-week Modern Methods of Construction Academy, it really does put you ahead of a lot of people, because the employers really recognise that someone who maybe has come in for a couple of weeks during the summer holiday haven't just kind of sat around and waited for opportunities to come to them. So it very much puts you ahead of the pace to everybody else, and I'm sure that's what's come across tonight is the passion of everyone who's involved with the academy. So I really hope you found this useful. As I say, this will be available on the Dudley College website within 24 to 48 hours. I'm sure you've all got Claire's contact details as well, but all remains for me to say is have a good evening, keep safe, and we're very much looking forward to seeing you in the college in about 6 weeks' time. Good night, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good evening.